The scene opens with a quote that reads, "He who possesses the Spear of Destiny holds the fate of the world in his hands." The Spear of Destiny has been missing since the end of World War II. In a Mexican desert area, two men scavenge the dusty remains of a small church building. One of the men, Manuel, accidentally steps on and breaks a wooden floorboard. He reaches into the hole, pulling out a large scrap of cloth, and unwraps it. It turns out to be a swastika flag with the Spear of Destiny wrapped inside. He holds the spear and looks at it in awe. Manuel starts to walk away with the spear in hand. Suddenly, a car going at full speed crashes into Manuel. The intense crash should have ended him, but Manuel gets up unharmed. A mysterious symbol appears on the arm where he carries the spear. In a small apartment in Los Angeles, a woman witnesses her daughter being possessed in their home. Soon after, John Constantine arrives at the apartment building. He was called there by a friend, Father Hennessy, a priest with an ability to communicate with ghosts. The possessed girl has been tied to her bed to restrain her. Constantine whispers into the girl's ear, addressing the demon. It tries to attack Constantine from the girl's throat. He gets the neighbors' help to exorcise the demon from the girl. They lift up a large mirror over the girl, and Constantine tells them to keep their eyes closed. But one neighbor can't help it and opens his eyes. He gasps and backs away from the bed, letting go of the mirror, which distracts Constantine. The girl grabs Constantine's neck and strangles him, but Constantine fights back. The demon reveals itself and gets trapped in the mirror. Constantine and the neighbors pull the mirror as the demon tries to escape. The mirror falls out the window, which breaks, effectively getting rid of the demon. Inside the apartment, Constantine notices a drawing of the Spear of Destiny. In a church, a woman named Angela receives the sacrament of reconciliation. She confesses that she shot a man that day, another one. She wonders if there is something wrong with her, as most detectives can go years without firing their guns. She arrives home and goes to sleep, then suddenly wakes up in a psychiatric hospital and hears a voice whispering the name Isabel. She goes up to the rooftop. On her arm is the same symbol that appeared on Manuel's arm when he retrieved the Spear of Destiny. She jumps from the roof and lands in a pool. Angela wakes up. It was a nightmare. At a hospital, Constantine looks at an X-ray of his lungs. His health is getting worse, and he has been coughing aggressively. His lung cancer has spread tremendously. It's a matter of time before the cancer becomes fatal. His doctor suggests he makes arrangements, but he ignores this suggestion and continues to smoke cigarettes. Meanwhile, Angela arrives at the psychiatric hospital that appeared in her dream. A body lies on the floor, covered by a white sheet. Angela pulls it back and sees her twin sister, Isabel, no longer alive. She fell from the roof, just like what happened in Angela's nightmare. She refuses to accept that her sister jumped, despite what the security footage implies. Constantine meets with Beeman, a collector of exotic materials and insects. Beeman shows Constantine his latest relics: bullet shavings from an assassination attempt on the Pope, holy water from the River Jordan, and a beetle from Amityville. Constantine tells Beeman about his recent exorcism. He says it seemed like the demon was trying to come through to their plane of existence, which Beeman says is not possible. Humans are puppets to demons, but not doorways. Later that evening, John arrives at a church. Detective Angela arrives shortly after him. Constantine meets with the half-breed angel Gabriel. He asks Gabriel to extend his life, arguing that he deserves to enter heaven in exchange for the demons he's banished. But Gabriel says God only wants Constantine's self-sacrifice and belief. Constantine has been given a supernatural gift, but according to Gabriel, uses it for selfish reasons. Meanwhile, Angela pleads with the priest, Father David, to give her sister a Catholic funeral. Angela, however, is still convinced her sister did not end her own life. He still denies her request. Father Hennessy scans through several newspaper obituaries and reports. He finds the article about Isabel in the psychiatric hospital. At home, Angela watches the security footage from the night of her sister's fall. Before Isabel falls, Angela hears her sister whisper Constantine. However, when she rewinds it, the whisper is gone. Outside a gas station, Constantine is attacked by a demon in the form of a swarm of beetles. The demon warns him that he should have minded his own business. He and the demon fight, and Constantine successfully escapes. He goes to a club called Midnight's, owned by a legendary witch doctor, Papa Midnight. He tells Midnight about the demon that just attacked him, a full-fledged demon on their plane. He also mentions the exorcism he performed on the young girl. Midnight reminds Constantine that demons do not enter their plane of existence. Demons stay in hell, and angels stay in heaven. Constantine requests to use Midnight's chair, but he refuses, reminding Constantine that he swore an oath of neutrality. Late at night, Detective Angela arrives at Constantine's office. She tells him about Isabel's apparent suicide, and that she had recently started talking about demons and angels before she did it. Angela believes that demons tricked Isabel into stepping off the roof of the hospital. Having heard of Constantine around the workplace, Angela knows that he deals with the supernatural and hopes he can point her in the right direction. Constantine, however, doesn't indulge her. He dismisses her theories, and Angela leaves angrily. But as she leaves, he sees demons start to follow Angela outside. Realizing the danger, he runs after Angela as demons surround them on the street. After fending them off, Constantine realizes the demons were after Angela and not him. They go to Angela's house and gather some of Isabel's things to perform a ritual that will allow Constantine to see into hell. The ritual works, and Constantine finds Isabel in hell. He returns to the apartment and confirms to Angela that Isabel did take her own life. Father Hennessy sneaks into the morgue in search of Isabel's body. He attempts to make contact with her, but the symbol appears suddenly on her arm again. Hennessy starts to hear voices in his head and rushes out of the morgue. He enters a convenience store and tries to drink out of several bottles of alcohol, but the liquid does not enter his mouth. A half-breed demon named Balthazar arrives at the convenience store and watches Hennessy's destruction. Meanwhile, at a diner, Constantine tells Angela the story of his supernatural gift. As a child, he realized his ability to see demons and angels that humans couldn't see. His parents put him through several tests to figure out what was wrong with him. Young Constantine, thinking he was crazy, ended his life. However, he came back to life, and now knew that all the supernatural things he could see were real. He also explains half-breeds to Angela. Both part demons and part angels exist alongside humans. What he does is send half-demons back to hell when they break the rules, in the hopes that it will get him into heaven. Angela tells Constantine that Isabel also used to see things when they were young. Angela is interrupted by a phone call about the convenience store incident and goes to investigate. She and Constantine arrive at the scene. The floor is covered in alcohol and broken bottles. Angela's partner tells her that Father Hennessy drowned himself in alcohol. Constantine finds the symbol ingrained on Hennessy's palm in blood. He calls Beeman and describes the symbol to him, then asks Angela to take him to the place where Isabel fell. They go to the psychiatric hospital, and Angela tells Constantine more about how Isabel acted in their childhood. She would tell everyone about what she could see, but their father thought Isabel just wanted attention. Eventually, Isabel stopped talking for a year, and they had her admitted into the psych ward. They inspect Isabel's hospital room to see if she left anything behind. Constantine implores Angela to find any clues left behind by her twin sister. Angela realizes that as young girls, they'd leave each other messages on windows. Breathing on the window in the room, she reveals a message that reads Corinthians 17:1, referring to a Bible verse. In the Bible in hell, there are up to 21 chapters of the Corinthians, not only 16. Over the phone, Beeman reads to them the verse. The sins of the father would only be exceeded by the sins of the son. Constantine tells Angela that the devil had a son too, Mammon. It was Mammon's symbol etched into Isabel's arm and Hennessy's palm. Beeman reads more about how Mammon would be able to cross over to their plane. He would have to possess a psychic and get divine assistance. Beeman senses something coming and suddenly hangs up the phone. Constantine and Angela rush to him, but it's too late. Beeman has been attacked. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Manuel still carries the spear with him. He steals a car and drives to Los Angeles. Later on, Angela admits to Constantine that it wasn't just her twin sister with a psychic ability. She used to see things too, but pretended not to. Eventually, the ability went away. Constantine tells her that it was a good idea to deny her gift, and she should stay away from him if she wants to live. However, Angela now wants her gift back to redeem her sister. He warns her of the danger, but agrees to help her get back the ability to see. They perform a ritual, submerging Angela in a bathtub to transition her from one plane of existence to another. Constantine watches as Angela slowly regains her psychic abilities. Soon, she emerges from the water out of breath, muttering about what she could see. She runs back to where Beeman was attacked and finds a pendant. Constantine realizes it belongs to Balthazar. He collects some of the weapons and materials at Beeman's desk. Constantine goes to Balthazar's office to interrogate him about Mammon. Angela waits in the car, but decides to go up to the office as well against Constantine's orders. Constantine and Balthazar fight violently in the office. He threatens to send Balthazar to heaven if he does not reveal how Mammon is crossing over to their plane. Balthazar reveals that Mammon found the spear that ended Jesus, the spear of destiny, which has the power to bring him to life. Constantine and Angela head back to the car, when suddenly a powerful force hurls Angela out of the building and she disappears. Constantine goes back to Midnight's and requests for his chair again. Midnight is not happy about it, but gives Constantine access to the chair and lights it on fire. This chair reveals to Constantine how Manuel came to possess the Spear of Destiny, and how he brought it to Los Angeles. Constantine prepares to go on a mission to save Angela, and stop Mammon from crossing over. His driver and protege, Chaz, creates bullets made of holy water and gold crosses, and asks if he can join the mission. Angela finds herself in the psychiatric hospital, in the pool where her sister's body landed. Inside the pool with her is Manuel. She shoots him multiple times, but the bullets go through his body. Manuel attacks Angela. Constantine and Chaz arrive at the hospital and hear demonic growling. Chaz drops a crucifix into the hospital's tank, turning the water into holy water. Constantine enters a room full of half-demons and turns the sprinklers on, showering them all in holy water. The demons start to burn, as the two shoot them with their holy bullets. Constantine and Chaz find Manuel and Angela in the pool. Angela has been possessed, and she attacks Constantine. They drag her out of the water and try to drive the demon out of her. The demon tries to emerge through Angela's stomach, but is driven away by Chaz and Constantine's Latin incantations. However, a supernatural force attacks Chaz and eradicates him. Constantine commands the force to come into the light. The half-angel Gabriel appears. Gabriel expresses their resentfulness at God's love for humanity, and has therefore been helping the son of the devil unleash hell on earth. Whoever survives this hell are the ones who truly deserve God's love. Gabriel drives Constantine away, and prepares to unleash Mammon. Outside the pool room, Constantine takes a shard of glass and slits his wrist to summon the devil Lucifer. Time stops. Lucifer arrives to collect his soul. They talk, and Constantine convinces the devil to stop Mammon and Gabriel. With time moving slowly, Lucifer finds Gabriel ready to stab Angela with the spear and bring Mammon forth. He grabs Angela's body, and time resumes. Lucifer sends Mammon back to hell. Gabriel attempts to smite him, but suddenly Gabriel's wings are burned off, destroying their power. Lucifer asks Constantine what he wants in return for helping him. Instead of asking to extend his life, Constantine asks for Isabel to enter heaven. Lucifer agrees, and starts to take Constantine's body with him to hell, but is stopped by an invisible force. A beam of light appears, and Constantine rises up to heaven because of his selfless sacrifice. Before he can get to heaven, Lucifer removes Constantine's lung cancer, bringing him back to life. He says in time, he will prove that his soul belongs in hell. Constantine and Angela breathe back to life. Angela thanks him for saving her. Gabriel emerges from the pool, now a mere mortal. Gabriel eggs Constantine on to shoot his gun, but instead Constantine punches Gabriel in the face. That night, Constantine gives Angela the Spear of Destiny and tells her to hide it where no one, not even him, will ever find it. They go their separate ways. In a post-credits scene, Constantine visits Chaz's grave and thanks him for the service. Chaz appears to Constantine as an angel, smiles, and flies away.